Yo, what's up people? Welcome back to the Nerd Crate and welcome back to a new review. Today's topic, peace through tyranny. Iron Factory's absolutely excellent EX-36, the Tyrant, also known as the 4-in-1 Megatron. This thing is amazing right off the bat. I just want to tell you, please keep watching. This thing is the bomb. Absolutely insane what Iron Factory is doing. There's so much in this guy. There's really so much in this guy. And I've been fiddling left and right with him. You can have 4 looks in this guy. You can have the Megatron Origin version, after he, for IDW lovers, pretty much punched Sentinel Prime to smithereens. Then you can have the Monstrosity version, a prequel. Then you can have the Infiltration version, which was so quasi G1. And you can have the All Hail Megatron version, minus the gun mode, but still. So with this, let's just head in and I'll show you everything in depth. That's what I was searching for. So the box, as always, Iron Factory, very nice. On the front, everything you need. Not the honeycomb design, just some dots and some nice pictures of him in his various modes, as at least 3 of them. We have the All Hail in the back. We have the Megatron Origin in the front and his tank mode. The Tyrant EX-36 on the side upwards. Then rotated to the left, we have his Megatron Origins version. Or again, rotated to the left, we have a little bit of a defect that happened on mine. I think that was my fault. But all his modes and the tank mode with the header, logo, QR code, and again rotated to the left. His All Hail Megatron look, it's all topped over with some, let's call it gray shading. On the top, Iron Factory 2019 with the same graphics as on the front. And below, the usual warning and caution signs, barcode and such stuff. So it's pretty basic and it's all held together with a good plastic clamshell. It's the cheapest of all that's possible, I guess, but it holds everything just fine. So with this, without further ado, and here we got it all. So that's a lot. That's really a lot. For this small guy, that's a lot. First thing, when you get him out of the box, he's like that without any fusion cannon, and you need to adjust these pieces to the side and rotate the weapons to the front. Then you have his real version. And this is the Megatron Origin version, which then needs, you can pretty much do whatever you like, this fusion cannon. Packs right in, looks great. More detail on that later. Let's just get through the accessories. First things first, what I can show you, unfortunately, are these new hands for Starscream. They brought it out a while ago, the Tyrant, with this attached, and the original Starscream came with only these original hands, and you can have these exchangeable ones on a sprue. Nice fan service. So much for that. Need to get this. Second one, of course, instructions, which will get you through all you need on Megatron. Full transformation, of course. Everything that's moved is highlighted with purple arrows, and the part that's also moved is highlighted in purple. And on the back, you have his different versions here possible, all shown what you need to attach or detach to make it possible. So all is in here. What you got here then is weapon-wise. First, we come to this beautiful Energon mace, which is really Cybertronian-like. It's more, I don't know, like kind of triangular, and if you look at this shape right here, somewhat hexagonal. Very interesting, pretty cool. It's molded like a swing, looks nice, clear plastic, looking absolutely cool and fabulous. Next up we have the Dark Star Saber, Molded nice too. Again, the purple plastic fits right into here, and you might have guessed it, into his hand. You need to push a little, and then it fits right in here. No problemo. So there's that. While we're at the hands, we have two pair of additional hands. We got the more posing like Decepticon's attack, holding or posing to the back somewhere of the battlefield. Posed nicely, molded nicely with a lot of folds and creases. Excellent job. And two fists. This is what he comes regular out of the box with. Again, nicely molded. And since it's all just packed in, this is also where the swivel comes in. You can just pull these out. I just take this, it's the wrong one, but you get the idea. And you just pack it in. So nice enough. That's very cool. And the last bit of hand he comes with are actually articulated ones, which are articulated at the wrist, which is crazy. But you see, there's no sprue mark, no stress mark, nothing. Great materials. So you just pack it in, and you can even have a little bit of posing out of this. This becomes more important on the transformation later. But I keep this in because they look a little bit more relaxed. I like this. So much for their hands. And since I took it off, fusion cannons, we get 3 of them. And from left to right, we got End of Megatron Origin, Infiltration, All Hail. And I believe this one is also used for monstrosity in the comic as well as here. So nice sculpt on all 3. We have a lot of nice sculpted details. We have the black plastic on the Megatron Origin with some gunmetal on the middle piece. We have a lot of different styling on the Infiltration / monstrosity with the silver and the black nozzle. And we have a full black on the All Hail / G1. So that's nice. And since we're on the Megatron Origin, it just packs in by this little hole. Holds nicely. It's a little loose, just a little, but when you push it real in, it holds enough. Just so you know. Next up comes this little piece. Little gun for his other arm. Nice detail of rockets over here and some gunmetal on the nozzles. And to make the look of him complete, you just pack him in here. Very stiff tolerance, so be careful of that. But works fine, completes the look, no hole on the arm. Nice. Next up we come to his pieces for, let's just do the All Hail one, right? So, which is essentially G1. You have these shin guards, which are molded after his Walther P38 alternate mode and sculpted nicely, just black plastic, and you exchange it by pulling on this tank tread and then going in between this crevice and just pull it off. And then you do the same kind of backwards. You just see that you hit the pack correctly, push this in, and there's no pack there. And this is just for, I believe, some posing. I need to recheck this, but you see an absolute difference here. So that's cool. Same goes for his little hip skirt. You just pull this out and push this in. Very simple look, akin to his Walther P38 mode. Also just black plastic with few cooling vents. So there's that. Lastly, we come to his backpack, which fully detaches. You get these out of the pack holes here, and you pull out the whole tank tread piece, take his backpack, and you see these pegs and these holes here, and you just push it in and have for a very clean back. Doesn't, like I said, transform to a Walther P38, but nozzle is done nice, fully silver painted, works nice. I don't actually know what this is for. This is even not shown in the instructions, but I would check in between. Next up come as shoulder pads for the all hail mode, which even has the hammer on it, looking nice, fully silver painted. For this little piece also lots of detail, and you attach them by pulling off this hole. All the time this gets off so easy, and now it flies off. Typical. You just pull it off and press this in. Not much more to it, and then you even have a signature red piece on the arm still. So that's nice. And the last important bit, his two heads. I try and get in as close as I can. Let's do it. We have his infiltration head, also for monstrosity, and his all hail head. And same as the other before, you have insane detail on this little guy. Silver helmet, gray face, and red eyes. Extremely sharp. Extremely sharp. So even more details on this with a black line on the mouth. So that's nice. Yeah, I just checked, the instructions say nothing on this, so I guess you can just, I don't know, put his fusion cannon in there, kind of. I don't know why you would want that, but there's that. So let's just get to the style. First up, of course, he does not originally come with a Decepticon insignia. It's again the water slide decal by Ocean Design, eBay profile Joho Santoni. I will put this in here, so you can search for that. Highly recommend that. It's the cleanest version, lies flat on the top, gets a little bit of an embroidered feel, so that's nice. But for the figure itself then, just take it in. Take this in. This is legend scale. It's insane. It absolutely is insane. 360 all around, you can stop wherever you like, and you can see a lot of the styling already. The gunmetal, all the red paint applications, the little rockets on the shoulders, the red paint applications on the feet, the silver throughout. And the head sculpt is harder to be seen. We'll get to that in a bit, but also the backpack with the tank treads. So there's so much. It's all over. It's all over with detail, and it's beautiful. It's one of the best buys I did all year, and maybe all in all, and that says a lot. But let's come to the styling here. Let's check the head here. We have a beautiful head sculpt with red painted eyes, a red tribal-like sign on the forehead. The helmet is then of course black or a very dark gray, I would say this gray, and we have his red markings going down from the eyes. So that's insane. We then have silver painted all over on the chest, on the shoulder pieces, on the forearms, on the thighs, on the tank treads, upper, here, back of the arms, feet, everywhere. Also on the tank tread sides here. So this thing is painted all over with stuff in between, gunmetal on those rockets. Here on the side, joint-like pieces here, which do not work, just joint-like pieces. Vents here, those little gunmetal pieces in here. The tips of the guns here. Black on these nozzles. Red and silver on the inner sides, which have a little paint difference because this is the joint and this is the painted piece, but from the front it doesn't distract you from anything, so it works just fine. More gunmetal here on the tank treads, and on the back more gunmetal on these back tank treads, and on these more silver red paint details here. Head to toe, really head to toe. It's crazy. It absolutely is crazy. It's a beautiful bot. It absolutely is a beautiful bot. But to just show you the different versions of Megatron in this mode, or his robot mode, I'm just gonna skip through the different modes. You saw how it is attached, just so you see what you can do. Full Megatron origin. For infiltration, you angle the shoulder pieces down and you take this head sculpt on and put this fusion cannon on. For monstrosity, you take the all-hail head and the all-hail fusion cannon, the all-hail hip skirts and the all-hail shin guards, but keep the tank treads. And for the last and fullest possible G1 mode, you just turn him around and put the all-hail Megatron backpack on him with the additional gun nozzle. So there's this. There were all the versions. So for articulation on this guy, you have a ball joint on the head, which is on an extra panel, gives you a lot up and a lot down, just as Megatron should have. So that's perfect. In case you wondered how you get off the ball, the head of the ball, you just pull. There is a little screw in the back, but you don't need it. You can just pull it down. Works nice. Shoulders are on a ball too. You see it's a little loose. I'm just taking this down. So you get a lot of up. You can straighten it out. You get somewhat of a butterfly with this. If you wiggle it around the tank treads, you can get a full 360. And yeah, nothing too much to the outside because of the shoulder pad. You get a single jointed elbow giving you over 90 degrees, so that's nice. A bicep swivel on the upper elbow, that works also fine. And of course, like I showed you, the hand swivel, like the wrist swivel, and some articulation with this. That's all nice. You get a waist swivel. It's going all around. It's a little tight to the back, but it's giving you all that it needed. Hip skirts come out, the side ones and the front ones also. It's a together piece, but it's a molded piece all in all, but it's no problem. So the legs, full to the front, to the back, almost full to the front. I say we give it to him, and full split. So that's nice. It's a ball joint here, giving you here a lot, and also on this cut, which works really well, you have a thigh swivel and a double jointed knee, giving you the full run. Insane. And it's also not too ugly, like it's molded from the side pretty well. So that's nice. The foot gets a nice rocker. That's cool. A toe tilt. And yeah, also the full foot tilt. Only to the front. A little, nothing to the back, but it works with this. So that's all good and fair. But just to show you how it really works, let's just go to the back and do articulation examples and comparisons there. So as you can see, such a pose is very easy to do. There's not much to it. You just take the specific hands you want to take, and then you just pose them like that. A little thing for rectifying what I said during articulation. Of course, you can move the arm out to the side. You just need to wiggle around the shoulder pad a little. So there's that. But for some more, let's call some challenging poses, like running, right? You just take, like for running, for example, you just take the hand, and then what I always found helpful, shout out to the British photographer Mass Joustra for this, he actually showed me what it takes to have a good running pose. You have to twist the upper body. So you take this, lay the hand or the foot down, and then you balance it. You see, there already was it. There it goes. That's all it takes for a good running pose, not more. So that's very cool and very easy. Of course, the fusion cannon was missing, but never mind. And for my favorite pose, actually, when you do Megatron, you kind of have to do it. You do him flex his leg real hard, have his hand down and his arm like this, and then you straighten out the arm, turn it around, have the fusion cannon on top here. You need to wiggle it around this rocket launcher here, but yeah, those are a few minor hindrances. So there you go, pretty much a classic Megatron pose. By now, looks really menacing, blasting away with this fusion cannon. But to come to comparisons, straighten this guy out, and here you got him with the commander of this Decepticon Justice Division, Tyrant, aka Iron Factory's Dubay. Then the bigger bot in the DJD, Alcade, aka Helix, and to show you how small it can actually get, here you got Kaon, or I believe it's, no, this is Voss, or is it Kaon? I always confuse those two. I believe this is Kaon. And I believe it's Factor by Iron Factory. But to show my masterpiece people also, here you got MP10. So this should give you a good scale comparison and also a, let's call them, an idea how it all scales with each other, right? Let's get to transformation. Best course of action is to prepare it a little. So unpack the tank treads, put them to the back. Take your hands, open this flap up, turn the head around, swivel it in, close it up. Same on the other side. Open the panel, turn the head, rotate it in, close it up. Then you rotate the weapons on the shoulder panels, rotate the shoulder panels down. That's a little something, it always comes loose. And you rotate the lower arm on the bicep swivel and bring this together. Same on the other side. Make sure it's pushed in, rotate the arm. Bring the panel down so you have it compressed here. Then we get to the legs. Best course of action is already to do the split. Take this part, it's not packed in, but it's no problem. Bring it fully to the back and then open this panel up here. Collapse the feet. And then you're going to unpack the leg from here and bring it down combiner war style until it clicks into place. There you go. Same on the other side. Open the panel, collapse the feet. Oh, I forgot. Bring this knee pad down and then collapse the leg in on itself. And then you pack it together on these two side pieces of the legs. So you have something like this. Then we get to the front. You open up the chest so that the head follows suit. Then, and this is where the instructions don't work too well. It says to collapse the head back into this cavity right here. That's not possible as long as the arms are here. So you take this whole arm panel out, flip it over 180 and pack this part in here. Then you can collapse the head after you returned it 180 into this cavity and close this up again. Rotate the arms upward, bring the tank treads out and rotate it forward, and then you just pull these parts out and flip them backwards and pack them in here on the front. Again on this side, out, back, pack, port, in, and it loosely snaps into place on the side here. That's pretty much it. The only thing we need to do is transform his fusion cannon. You take the back part, flip it over, flip these side pieces open, and then you have these two ports here and these pegs, and you push them in place, align it with the other arm, push it all together. See that you would align a little bit because you need to now bring down the arms, and since it's on the ball joint it tends to get misaligned a little, but all in all it works. All in all it works really well. And then you have this combination. This should be packed in, and you bring this down, and there you have his little tank, which works rather well. Little 360, so you see he's a little open on a few sides, like on the front there's a little open. You see a few robot mode bits, but all in all you gotta say, for what it is, which is a Legends class transformer, this thing is extremely impressive, like crazy impressive, and to have a rather working tank mode is pretty cool. So let's get back to this. All the detail from the butt come through nicely, all the silver, all the gunmetal. The flipped open fusion cannon brings some cool extra detail in here with the additional weapons on the top here. You can also put this on the side here for some extra weapons. Not that he would need it, with a rocket launcher here, with a laser here, with a big fusion cannon here, and these bits. So Megatron has a lot to his arsenal. So he doesn't roll in any capacity, but he slides like a champ. That works. And you have some playability in the tank turret, rotates left and right, and with the articulation of the ball joints you can even put it up. So that's nice, works really, really fine. I like that a lot. It's a cool looking mode. And if you want to have the monstrosity version of the tank, you can take this fusion cannon, the all hail version. You can switch these parts out, put this on the front and this on top, have this turret, and then flip open these parts, take the tank, put in the all hail shin guards like I showed you, and then just pack this in here. Need to see how it's hard to see the actual pack for this. So in here and in here, and there you have this tank. So that's also a possibility. Doesn't work as well. I guess you need that's probably where these are for. You need to flip these open. And when you on this, you collapse them on themselves. I just did it for the first time. I mostly have them in Megatron Origins mode. I didn't say oranges, did I? Origins. And then you can bring the turret all the way down. So this works too. Pretty nice, I gotta say. Same play factor, same look. Just a little different in the styling as all. And stands pretty well too. You can align everything you need to see fit, so he stands plain on the ground. So that's nice. So yeah, here you got Megatron in his tank mode with all the parts. I hope you enjoyed, I honestly do. So there you got it, guys. Iron Factory's EX-36, the Tyrant, aka Legends class, IDW G1 Megatron from Megatron Origins, Monstrosity, Infiltration, and All Hail Megatron. Although only the bot modes are really useful. Little, yeah, I don't know, let's call it advice where to take care. Let's call it like this. Maybe you don't want to transform him as much. Maybe you saw it already in the back. My Decepticon insignia had a bit of a scuff. So the tolerances for transforming it could be a little bit tight. Nevertheless, it works for the actual piece. The decal, I think I'll just keep the decals off then. But there you go, there it is. I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy, I hope I could enable you to buy it. I'm not getting anything out of this, I'm just telling you it's awesome. If you want to have a cool time and a high quality guy, there's that. For the final score, since we got everything else, we have the packaging. I get this an 8 because I dig the style of this, because it's white and the little nuances with different grays and such. I enjoy this. It looks very cool, and on the back here we got the hexagonal design again. So this is cool, and also with these pictures here, you can again have a slight library of action figures going on. That's what I can enjoy. That's why I still gave it an 8. Appearance, all in all, absolute 10. Accessories speaks for itself, right? With a star, you have so many possibilities. It's awesome. Materials, 0 problems. Like there are a few tolerances which can go to transformation engineering, where the shoulder parts tend to pop off pretty easy. But there's nothing where anything broke, and I have 0 stress marks on anything. So that's superb. Paint applications too. There are a few different bits where I think, is this meant to be, or is this a slight, I don't know, break in style here? But I had no paint scratches or splotches in any way, shape or form, so still nice. Articulation, it's a little hindered in a few pieces, like, or in a few places. Like you don't have too much of give in the foot to the back or to the front, but you have a nice toe tilt. That is very cool, and the double jointed knee, and also since the arms were very nice with the ball joint, it still gives you a lot. So I have a hard time subtracting too many points from this. So there you go. Transformation is super fun, and the engineering, you can get a lot of poses out of it. 2 of them I just showed you, also running. So that's amazing, and flipping it back and forth to tank mode is a lot of fun. And even the back view, you got, like you saw, there's this little piece that seems to be hollow, but when you look at it like this, you know, from the distance, no problem. Robot mode, a clear 10. Beautiful Megatron to the 9s. Absolutely dope. The tank mode works all in all for the sake of it, but there are a few hollow bits, like on the front directly when the head folds down and everything. But overall, it's a functioning tank, so I can appreciate that. Playability back and forth, like I told you on the transformation, it's perfect. You can get a lot of poses out of him. You can have tank mode easy. All the different versions of Megatron put in there gives you a lot. And with the DJD, it actually is, it is a strong contender for for figure of the year. But like Dan said, Dubé was my can opener to Legends, so it actually is kind of a split so far. I have to decide what I make of this. And the value for money gets a 10 with a star, because this is, for such a piece, 70 is a bit. Yes, you pay 70 bucks for this guy, but I would tell you where, but it's out of stock where. So it doesn't make much sense. But for the money you get, just like I said multiple times, you get 4 versions of Megatron, transformable into 2 different tank modes with weapons and a lot of possibilities. So I can't tell you anything more. I really can't tell you anything more. It's a high recommend for me and a strong contender for figure of the year. It really is. Iron Factory knows what they're doing and they're getting better at it. Best decision was to have the hands on the pack because you don't get any joints on those small fingers. So to have different posing options. Way to go. There you go, guys. That was my review for Sunday. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe and click the notification bell if you want to see more videos of this. I got several more of those on my channel. Also the Iron Factory guys. Dubé, I will link up there for you. I hope you enjoy this too, and I don't know, I kind of can enable. I don't want to enable you to spend your money, you know, but those are beautiful pieces, and if you are into Transformers, good engineering, a beautiful paint and all of this, please give this a check. It's beautiful. Hit up my man Tier of Robots, Kevin Lamb. He has a lot of those in stock. Quick deliveries. I can highly recommend, and I'm not getting anything out of this. So just so you know. See you, I believe, on Tuesday on Voice of Chaos. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but chat will supposedly be packed. And next week, another 2 reviews, maybe hopefully an unpacking. I'm not telling you what, I just hope that it will arrive finally. So with this, I'm just wishing you a nice rest of the Sunday and have a good way into the new week. Don't do too much, as we like to call it. See you next week. Take care, guys. Bye.